Hey everyone, in this video I'm going over how to build a crypto portfolio that is strong, and depending on if you have 1,000, 10,000, 100,000, or a million. Your strategy and portfolio should adapt according to the different sizes. There are a lot of different things that you should be doing as your portfolio grows, which is what we're going to be covering in this video. If you're new to the channel, my name's Ben. I've made over 6 figures trading crypto. I'm on a journey to 10K a month of passive income to spend more time with friends and family, and I want to help you all do the same. Let's go. So I've been in crypto since mid 2017, and when I started investing, I was a broke college student working 2 jobs, and I could only afford to invest about 50 bucks every month or 2. So I had about $1,000 in my portfolio for a very long time, and I only held XRP and Litecoin LTC, and this was way back when Coinbase only had 3 or 4 coins. When I first got a Coinbase account, they only had Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Litecoin. And then they added Bitcoin Cash, I believe, which was like the 4th one. So the options were very limited on what you can buy back then. My portfolio made up of only XRP and a very small amount of Litecoin grew to about $10,000 by the end of 2017. And I didn't sell hardly anything besides my initial investment. I think what I should have done is move some of that XRP and Litecoin into Bitcoin at the time, because it would have protected a lot of the gains and progress that I made in my portfolio. That is one of the big tips that I want to share. As you make lots of gains and grow your portfolio, especially at a fast rate, you need to protect some of those gains by moving them into Bitcoin. Let me share an example. You have 10,000 XLM worth $10,000, and you move it all into Bitcoin. Now it drops by 80%, and Bitcoin drops by 50%. Your portfolio is now at $5,000. But if you held XLM, it would be at $2,000. This is because altcoins move up and down at a much faster rate. So by moving it into Bitcoin, it protects you from that altcoin volatility. The short answer is, as your portfolio increases, you need to protect it even more by holding more top 10 coins like Bitcoin, Ethereum, etc. You should also have some USD in your portfolio, and I recommend at least 10% minimum at all times, and that will be used to buy the dips, and then you can sell it again once it bounces back. For a $1,000 portfolio or less, I think this is where you can just hold, because you can take more risk in order to make more gains in your portfolio. I would recommend holding between 5 and 8 altcoins, and you should use about 30% for the lower market cap coins that are higher risk, higher reward, and then the rest I would use in stronger projects like Matic, Solana, coins like that. And then I would trade these positions to build them up and start to expand these positions once you start to make good trades and grow your portfolio size. Then I would start to expand to other alts, and I would try to have a minimum of $100 in each coin so that you can trade with that. Don't try to have too many positions when you don't have a lot of capital, because then the gains will be a lot smaller. So as you cross a portfolio of $1,000 in crypto, you should be focused on a long-term mindset. This will help you see the potential and future of your investments. Continue to dollar cost average into positions, and you can decide when and where to start staking. When I first started trading about 2.5 years ago, I had about $1,000 to $1,500, and I would trade with $10 to $20 per position. And when one position started popping off by a lot, I would move a big portion of that and move it into another one of these coins that weren't doing as amazing. This is something that really makes a big difference in the bear market. You can make a lot of solid trades in a bear market. There will be so much trades that we can do to grow our portfolio over that time period. And that's on top of dollar cost averaging and staking. When the market is trading sideways a lot, there won't be as many trades to be made, but occasionally you can have a coin that will pop off. For example, ACH the other day went from about 4 cents all the way up to 6.5 to 7 cents. And it was one of the only coins popping off that day, so it was a perfect opportunity to make a trade. I sold some around 6 cents, I had a buy order at 4.5 cents, and then I bought at 5.1 cents. So I made about 20% on that trade. If I would have kept it at 4.5 cents, it would have probably been a 30% trade, but I just saw it as a good opportunity to solidify those gains. This is one of the best feelings to have trades like this, because they don't happen super often, but they can make a big difference in the long term. And then between 1,000 and 10,000, I'd have about 20 different altcoin positions and trade with those. I would have some Crow, but probably wouldn't be holding any Bitcoin or Ethereum at this point, because you're in the growth stage, so the best way to get there is from altcoins. Maybe have 3 to 5 of those altcoins be low cap gems, and then the rest be higher market caps. I'd continue trading with these positions and maybe adding a new one occasionally as I get closer and closer to 10,000. You can have 100 or a couple hundred in some of these low cap risky plays as you're growing the portfolio. One of these low cap plays can get you to the next spot that much quicker and can be one of your most profitable trades. One coin for me recently was a coin called FKX on KuCoin about 7 to 9 months ago, just having these 40 to 60% pumps in the middle of the night, and I put in about $300 to $400, and after a few weeks of these trades I had made about $3,000 to $4,000 because of these 40 to 60% pumps. And then it would come back down, and then it would pump like 40 to 60%, then it'd come back down 20, 30%. I'd hit a new buy, and I just kept doing these trades, and it was just hitting my buys and sell orders like perfectly. I haven't had any insane ones like this in a while, but when you do have them, it's such a great feeling. Risk management is a huge part of building a portfolio, so it's really important to take profits and move those profits into safer plays. So for example, when I did this FKX trade, as I was making profits from them, I started to move it into other coins that were a lot safer and a lot less volatile. So once you have these low cap gems that do very well, don't be super greedy with it and move some of those profits into safer coins like Matic, Crow, Solana, ADA, etc. And you can still keep some in the low cap risky plays, but make sure you're taking profit and moving it between 10 and 100,000. This is where I would start to add Bitcoin and Ethereum to the mix. I would have probably 20 to 30% of my portfolio in these coins, and then add 20% in Crow, and then I'd have about 20 to 30 different altcoin positions, with the occasional risky altcoin that I put a few hundred into. Now at this point I'd still have about 10 to 15% in USD as well. Something I talk a lot about when people ask me how to set long-term goals is I always suggest picking 2 to 3 coins that you'd like to hold long-term, and your goal is to just increasing you hold for these coins. For me, for example, it's Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Crow. I want 1 million Crow, 100 Ethereum, and 10 Bitcoin as my long-term goals. So everything I'm doing with all my trades, staking, everything is working towards these goals. So pick 2 to 3 long-term coins you want and write them down, and write down the amount of coins you would like. You don't have to pick the same as me. You can pick Crow, Matic, and ETH, or Bitcoin, ETH, and ADA, or whatever you want, and write those down, and should be your main focus over the next 5 to 10 years. Now this doesn't mean you can't hold any other coins long term. Your focus is these 3 coins, and then you can also hold any other coins you want long term on top of that. So once you can basically sell everything and buy these 3 coins and the goals that you have for them, doesn't mean that you should do that, right? Continue holding other coins and slowly adding to your main 3 positions with trading profits, staking profits, etc. So then you'll get to your goals, but then you'll also have additional coins on top of your goals. The slow and consistent growth is where you'll make the most, but the occasional home run can set you up nicely. I'd also have 10 to 20% of my portfolio in USD ready to buy the dips when the market has red days. This should also increase as your portfolio is growing. Make sure that you're staking some of this USDC on crypto.com, earning 8 to 12%, while the other should be in buy orders for trades that you're doing. Between 100,000 and a million, this is where I'm currently at, and I would recommend at least 50% of your portfolio in coins like Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Crow, because they won't be as volatile as lower coins. Watching your portfolio move up and down tens of thousands is a lot harder when you're in small altcoin positions that can drop a lot more than Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Crow. This will lower the risk in your portfolio. Then I'd have about 20 to 25% of my portfolio in USD for most of the time, just to take away the risk and to buy the dips. And the other part, I would trade about 30 to 40 altcoin positions. Some positions might only have $1,000 in it, and then some might have 3 to 5,000. And then you can have the occasional moonshot risky low cap gem and put in about $1,000. I believe this will be the longest one to get through, because it'll take a long time to see the market appreciate these high percentages and also make a lot of consistent trades to grow your portfolio. This will help us get to our 10K a month of passive income. You'll need about $1 million and probably a little bit more depending on what you're staking to earn that $10,000 a month. If you had $1 million and you were staking it on crypto.com in USDC, you'd be earning 12% if you're holding a Jade Green or Royal Indigo card or higher, and so you would $120,000 a year. That comes out to $10,000 a month. But depending on the coin that you're staking, these numbers will fluctuate. After 1 million, I'd have about 60% of my portfolio between coins like Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Crow, since they won't move as much. Then I'd have about the same 20 to 25% in USD for the dips, and be trading with the rest with certain altcoins. I'd focus on larger cap coins and not do too many risky coins. If I were to do those, I would do small amounts in them. At this point, it would be increasing your portfolio, but also maintaining it as much as possible and not taking huge risks. If you'd like me to be more specific on any of these portfolio sizes and make a separate video on it, let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, go watch my step-by-step guide to 10,000 Crow. Thank you so much for watching, and remember, as always, keep it in the green.